Welcome to the Bright Insight Digital Health C-Suite series. I'm Chitra Nawbatt. Joining us today is Justin Butler, partner, Eclipse Ventures. Justin, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Chitra.
Justin, tell us about Eclipse Ventures and what's unique and differentiated in your firm and investing approach.
Eclipse Ventures is an early stage venture capital fund, and we focus really on the intersection of the physical and digital worlds. We look at the industries that make up the 80% of GDP that venture capital has historically left out. Supply chain, manufacturing, logistics, healthcare infrastructure, these kinds of things. We have investments in everything from 3D metal printing to large computer chips for AI to self-driving cars. We specifically have a really unique interest in healthcare infrastructure, all of the tools and technologies that are needed to bring the next generation of healthcare and life sciences to the world. What sets us apart is that we are true operators. I'm a chemical engineer. My partners come from places like Tesla and Rivian, and we have high conviction and we get significantly involved in the operations of our companies to really help entrepreneurs who have fantastic ideas and fantastic capabilities to bring their ideas to scale that really matters for the world.
We are in a volatile downward market, recessionary. VC funding has cut 50% compared to last year's highs. It's taking firms longer to raise less money. And many here in the Valley say that VCs are retrenching. Valuations are cut. The path to realized returns is more of a jungle with an uncertain time horizon. How are you navigating this?
We historically at the firm have focused on fundamentals, and we like to avoid fluctuations like this in the market. When we look at companies, we say, what value are you providing to your customer? And if you can provide that value at a significantly less costs to create it yourself, you're gonna have a good business regardless of the recessionary cycles, regardless of the funding cycles, regardless of the capital markets. And so historically, we've tried to avoid momentum trades, we try to avoid the flashy names just because it's exciting and has a big valuation. It doesn't mean it's a good business necessarily. So we have a really deep thesis generation capability at Eclipse, and we like to look at very long time horizons and say, what are the technologies that are gonna match with the right business models that provide products and services for the largest industries in the world, and how do we help go build companies in that space? And so we focus very early stage. We do a lot of company creation ourselves, and we do a lot of partnership with seed and Series A founders to build those companies that are gonna be very long-term duration, very impactful companies across multiple decades, which we'll see cycles come and go. But we feel that if we really focus on a couple of core things that matter, we'll see significant returns over that time period.
Share with us a little bit of your company creation methodology.
Our company creation methodology comes back to really what's core of Eclipse is thesis-driven investing. We like to identify both technology trends and market trends, and again, match those to a company that can convert that into a product or service that adds tremendous values to its customers. When we actually create companies, we will either partner with world-class founders that have an idea but don't have maybe the infrastructure or the capabilities to really get it off the ground, maybe hiring co-founders, maybe defining some of the technical roadmap, describing some of the go-to-market roadmap. Or we will come up with an idea, come up with a initial thesis, and then kind of hire the right person into that role to say, hey, we have some capital, we have an idea, we would love for you to run this, you have experience, you have capabilities that we think are unique in this space, and we'll go seed the company and support it along its journey, both from a financing perspective and go-to-market perspective.
And when you do invest, are there specific criteria, attributes that you look for in the founders you invest in the companies you invest in? Give us a little bit of insight into your playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. As operators ourselves, we love to partner with other operators, right? We love to partner with folks that have a unique insight into a certain aspect of their business, whether that's unique insight into the technology, unique insight into the distribution model, a unique insight into how some certain market is going to evolve over time, and then create a company around kind of taking advantage of that insight, right? We like to partner with folks who really have, quote unquote, burned the boats, right? Folks that are all in on building these things, because the one thing that's true about every startup is that it's really hard. None of this comes easy. None of this is going to be, hey, wake up and answer a couple emails and go to the golf course, right? This is full on 24/7, all day, every night. It's really, really tricky. So you need to have a lot of passion. You need to have kind of this strong mission-driven approach to say the world will be better for the work that I have done to bring this product or service to the market, right? You have to understand how to translate that into financial benefit to really build the flywheel that society thinks that this company should exist. And so those are the traits we're looking for in founders, folks that will really, really understand this is a long, hard journey and are willing to sign up for that for the long haul.
You use the word insight quite a bit. Why did you invest in Bright Insight?
So Bright Insights, we had a chance to meet Cal really when he was at Flex, and building this unique software platform to enable both pharma and medtech companies to have much broader market access and provide a higher level of service for their customers. And we were compelled by the idea from kind of day one. We said, look, there is no reason why all of these industries should have software that's built in silos, that doesn't talk to each other, doesn't have kind of a common platform upon which to transact data and transact information. And that's exactly what Cal was looking to go build. And so when we saw a founder with Cal's background, right, coming from Amgen and kind of through the medical training, could really talk to customers, right? Had already had a couple of customers sign up for the platform. So the kind of the match of Cal's background along with the opportunity set we saw in the marketplace, it was a really exciting investment for us to lead the Series A back in 2019.
What's the digital health trend that will dominate market opportunity this year?
I think the trend that we'll see this year is the rubber's going to meet the road. And what we've seen is a lot of money get poured into kind of what I call point solutions. Some solutions might help pharma companies. Some solutions might help physicians. Some solutions might help patients. The companies that are really going to come to the forefront this year will help all of them. Unless you really have something that kind of touches each part of the ecosystem, you're not going to be able to kind of rise above the rest of the players and say, hey, this is something that as a system is willing to spend money on, right? Because if a pharma company is making money but the physicians don't like it, it's not going to work very well. If the patients like it but there's no additional kind of benefit for the rest of the system, unfortunately that's also not something that's going to be widely adopted. So companies that can really understand that entire ecosystem and provide value kind of across the board will be the ones that really win in 23.
Justin, leadership. In life, business, career, there are codes, norms, rules on how things are done. Where have you been a code breaker in your journey, and how did you do it?
I think the biggest thing in my journey that I've been a code breaker for is trying to put myself in places where I don't deserve to be. I think that the cold call, the cold outreach to people that have different backgrounds, different pedigrees, different geographies, different pay scales than I had throughout my career is an extraordinarily powerful tool. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people respond, right? You think they might not, but you just kind of find an email, find a LinkedIn and reach out to these folks, and then it becomes a snowball effect. You meet one, they introduce you to somebody else, and then you kind of surround yourself with the world's best people, and that really rises the tide for everybody.
Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.